Hello and welcome to Sweet Tales with Radhika. Today we are meeting a young fawn called Bambi. What a lovely name! And if in case some of you are wondering who the young fawn is, let me tell you, a fawn is a baby deer. And he's out there exploring his new world with his mommy. Let's join him. He came into the world in the middle of a thicket, in one of those little hidden woodland glades. There was very little room in it, barely enough for him and his mother. He stood there, swaying unsteadily on his thin legs and staring vaguely in front of him. He hung his head, trembled a great deal, and was completely stunned.
"What a beautiful child!"
cried the magpie, perched on a nearby branch.
"What a beautiful child!"
she kept repeating.
How amazing to think that he should be able to get right up and walk. I've never seen anything like it. Can he run too?
Of course, replied Mother softly. But you must excuse me if I don't talk now. I have so much to do.
Don't put yourself out because of me,
said the magpie. She flew off, and the mother scarcely noticed that she was gone. She washed her newborn with her tongue, caressing his body with a warm massage. The little thing staggered a little, then drew himself together and stood still. His little red coat, still a little tousled, had fine white spots, and on his baby face there was a sleepy expression. Around them grew hazel bushes, dogwoods, blackthorns, and young elders. Tall maples, beeches, and oaks wove a green roof, and from the dark brown earth sprang fern fronds. The early sunlight filtered through the foliage, and the forest resounded with voices. The wood thrush rejoiced, doves cooed, blackbirds whistled, and finches warbled. The little fawn understood not one of the many songs and calls. He did not even listen, nor did he notice any of the scents that blew through the woods. He heard only the soft licking against his coat that washed and warmed him, and he smelled nothing but his mother's body. While he suckled, his mother continued to caress her little one. "Bambi," she whispered. Now and again she raised her head and, listening, sniffed the air. Then she kissed her fawn again, reassured and happy. "Bambi," she repeated. "My little Bambi." In the earliest days of Bambi's life, he walked behind his mother on a narrow track that ran through the bushes. How pleasant it was to walk there! The track appeared to be barred in a dozen places, and yet they moved forward with ease. There were tracks like this everywhere, crossing this way and that. His mother knew them all, and if Bambi stopped before a bush, she always found where the path went through. Bambi loved to ask questions. It was the most pleasant thing for him to ask a question and to hear what answer his mother would give. Once he asked.
Who does this trail belong to, Mother?
His mother answered, To us. Bambi asked again.
To you and me?
Yes.
Only to us too?
No, said his mother, to us deer.
What are deer?
Bambi asked. His mother looked at him from head to foot and laughed. You are a deer and I am a deer. We are both deer, she said. Do you understand? Bambi sprang into the air for joy.
Yes, I understand, he said. I'm a little deer and you're a big deer, aren't you?
His mother nodded. Now you see? But Bambi grew serious again.
Are there other deer besides you and me?
He asked. Certainly, his mother said.
Many of them.
Where are they? Cried Bambi.
Here, everywhere. But I don't see them.
You will soon, she said.
When?
Bambi was wild with curiosity. Soon, the mother walked on quietly. Bambi followed her, wondering what soon might mean. They walked along. Presently, it grew light ahead of them. The trail ended with a tangle of vines and bushes. A few steps more and they were in a bright open space that spread out before them. Bambi wanted to bound forward, but his mother had stopped.
What is it?
He asked impatiently. It's the meadow, his mother answered.
What is a meadow?
Asked Bambi insistently. You'll soon find out, she said. She had become serious and watchful. She stood motionless, holding her head high and listening intently. It's all right now, she said. We can go out. Bambi leaped forward, but his mother barred the way. Wait till I call you, she said. Bambi obeyed at once and stood still. That's right, said his mother. Now listen to what I say. Walking in the meadow isn't simple, his mother went on. It's a difficult and dangerous business. Now do exactly as I tell you to. Will you?
Yes,
Bambi promised. Good, said his mother. I'm going out alone first. Wait here and don't take your eyes off me. If you see me run back, then turn and run as fast as you can. I'll catch up with you soon. She went on earnestly. Run away as fast as your legs will carry you. Run even if something should happen, even if you see me fall to the ground. Don't think of me. Do you understand? No matter what you see or hear, run as fast as you possibly can. Do you promise to do that? Yes, said Bambi softly. His mother spoke so seriously. Now I'm going ahead, said his mother. She walked out. Bambi saw how she moved with slow, cautious steps. He stood there full of fear and curiosity. He saw how his mother listened in all directions, then grew calm again. She looked around, satisfied, and called, Come. Bambi bounded out. Joy seized him with such tremendous force that he forgot his worries in a flash. Through the thicket, he could catch a glimpse of the blue sky, but now the heavens stretched far and wide. The sunlight was beaming down, and he stood in the splendid warmth with his eyes closed. He stretched his young limbs joyfully. He drank in the air. The sweet smell of the meadow made him happy. If he had been a child, he would have shouted, but he was a young deer, so he leaped into the air 3-4 times. He was overcome with the desire to leap and jump. His mother was glad. She bent laughingly towards Bambi for a moment. Then she was off with one bound, racing around so that the tall grass stems swished. Bambi was frightened and stood still. She came up with a wonderful swishing sound and stopped 2 steps from him. Laughing, she cried, "Catch me!" And in a flash, she was gone. Bambi started after her. He took a few steps, then his steps became short bounds. He felt as if he were flying without any effort on his part. Bambi was beside himself with joy. The swishing grass sounded wonderful to his ears. It was amazingly soft and as fine as silk where it brushed against him. He ran around in a circle. He flew off in a new circle, turned around again, and kept running. Suddenly, the race was over. He came up to his mother, lifting his hoofs elegantly. He looked joyfully at her. Then they strolled along side by side. Bambi began to look around the meadow, and its wonders amazed him. Blade after blade of grass covered every inch of the ground. It bent softly aside under every footstep. The green meadow was starred with daisies, red and purple clover blossoms, and bright golden dandelions.
Look, look, Mother! Bambi exclaimed. There's a flower flying!
That's not a flower, said his mother. That's a butterfly. Bambi stared at the butterfly. It had darted lightly from a blade of grass and was fluttering about its giddy way. Then Bambi saw there were many butterflies in the air. He longed to see one close up.
Look! See that piece of grass jumping!
Cried Bambi. Look how high it jumps. That's not grass, his mother said. That's a nice grasshopper.
Why does he jump?
Asked Bambi. Because we are walking here, his mother answered. He's afraid we'll step on him. Oh, said Bambi, turning to the grasshopper who was sitting on a daisy. You don't have to be afraid. We won't hurt you. I'm not afraid, the grasshopper replied in a quavering voice. I was only frightened for a moment.
Excuse us for disturbing you, said Bambi shyly.
Not at all, the grasshopper quavered. Since it's you, it's perfectly all right. I haven't time to gossip though. I have to look for my wife, Hop. And he vanished. Talking to the grasshopper had excited Bambi, as it was the first time he had ever spoken to a stranger. He noticed a flower moving in the grasses. No, it was a butterfly. Bambi crept closer. The butterfly hung heavily on a grass stem and fanned its wings slowly.
Please sit still, Bambi said. Why would I sit still? I'm a butterfly, the insect answered in astonishment. Oh, please, Bambi pleaded. I want so much to look at you, please. Very well, said the butterfly, but not for long. Bambi stood in front of him. How truly beautiful you are, he cried. How wonderfully beautiful, like a flower.
What? Cried the butterfly, fanning his wings.
In my circle, it's thought that we are handsomer than flowers.
Bambi was embarrassed.
Oh, yes, much handsomer, excuse me.
Bambi was enchanted.
Oh, you are handsomer than flowers,
Cried Bambi.
besides,
You can fly and flowers can't. That's why. The butterfly spread his wings and fluttered into the sunny air. He soared so lightly that Bambi could hardly follow him. Then he balanced in the air and said, "Now I must fly away." And that, my dear little sweet peas, was Bambi's first time in the meadow. In the heart of the forest, Bambi took his first wobbly steps and he set out to explore his new world. Well, my dear little friends, I felt as if I was exploring the same things with Bambi throughout the story. A world of beautiful nature all around, which we must make an effort to save so that many more beautiful animals can have a home and live peacefully. Take care till we meet next. Bye bye.